Our story begins before the Big Bang in 2018 when two runners of Ratchet and Clank decide to speedrun Google Snake. On this date, October 24th, 2018, Asaki and Friends Core started speedrunning Google Snake. They made a Google Snake leaderboard and they posted to Discord and soon got a steady following of people playing Google Snake. At this point, there are 5 players to be aware of: Friendscore, Ace and Google Snake, Guerge, One Tabloid, and YarmyPlay. These are all players that will be contending for the sub 1 minute and 20 seconds. This event is also known as the Snake Inning. The first run submitted is a 1 minute and 33 second time by Friendscore on October 24th, 2018. A year later, on July 1st, Friendscore beats his time by 2 seconds and gets the ball rolling for more runners that are interested in playing Google Snake. 4 days later, YarmyPlay gets in on the fun and submits 2 runs. One, a 1:33 time, and the second time, a 1 minute and 28 second time, which beats out Friendscore's time and makes him first place. Later that year, on October 30th, Ace and Google Snake uploads a 1 minute and 26.55 time, which beats out YarmyPlay's time. Sadly, this video is privated, so I can't really show it. Then, a month later, One Tabloid uploads a time of 1 minute and 24 seconds and 200 milliseconds. This once again beats out Ace and Google Snake and YarmyPlay. 9 days later, on December 11th, 2019, YarmyPlay beats One Tabloid's time of 1:24 with a time of 1:22. 2 days later, on December 13th, Ace and Google Snake gets the closest time to a sub 1:20. His video is yet again privated. But the next day, on December 14th, YarmyPlay gets a 1 minute and 21 time, the second closest time to a sub 1:20. And finally, the next day, on December 15th, YarmyPlay gets a sub 1 minute and 20 with a time of 1 minute and 19 seconds and 400 milliseconds. This marks the end of an era in Google Snake.
Yo, I don't know if you guys know this or not. YarmyPlay is the GOAT of Google Snake. If you've ever thought to yourself, I am good at Google Snake, YarmyPlay smacks you down and says, no, you fucking ain't.
At this point, YarmyPlay was in first, Ace and Google Snake was in second, One Tabloid was in third, Guerge was in fourth, and finally Friendscore was in fifth. If you thought Google Snake runners were done, they were not. Ace and Google Snake beats YarmyPlay's time by 6 seconds, getting a 1 minute and 13 second time. And this is the only run submitted by Ace and Google Snake that isn't privated. The next day, YarmyPlay submits a run that beats his own time by 2 seconds. This still puts him in second, but it beats his time with a time of 1 minute and 17 seconds and 360 milliseconds. As 2019 ends and we come into 2020, I'm Schnippy submits a time of 1 minute and 26 seconds on January 21st. This time beats Friendscore and puts I'm Schnippy into 5th. A week later, I'm Schnippy submits a time of 1 minute and 21 seconds. This run also hurdles him into third place. And once this run's over, we won't be seeing much from Snake for a while. As we enter June, we enter the renaissance of Google Snake. Essentially, before it was just like the dark ages, it was the caveman times. And June is where Google Snake starts to pick up speed, where we had like 10 runners. Now we have like 20 and it just keeps going up. Especially on June 4th, when Yarmy Play beats Asian Google Snake's time with a time of 1 minute and 12 seconds with 770 milliseconds. For 4 days, a new runner with the name of Space Doge slowly whittles down his time and finally enters the top 5 on June 10th with a time of 1 minute, 19 seconds, and 900 milliseconds. 2 days later, I'm Schnippy submits a time of 1 minute and 17 seconds, putting him in third place and knocking Space Doge into fourth. A week later, Space Doge yet again beats his own time, but doesn't beat I'm Schnippy's time, still putting him in fourth place, but giving him a new PB of 1 minute, 18 seconds, and 333 milliseconds. Six days later, Space Doge beats his PB by 2 seconds, giving him a time of 1 minute, 16 seconds, and 33 milliseconds. This finally gets I'm Schnippy out of third. A day later, 2 runners achieve amazing runs, Max Holt and I'm Schnippy. Max Holt first gets a run of 1 minute, 12 seconds, and 917 milliseconds. This is only 200 milliseconds off of Yarmy Play's time. I'm Schnippy also gets a 1 minute and 11 second time, which beats Yarmy Play. With this run, it puts I'm Schnippy in first, Yarmy Play in second, Max Holt in third, Asian Google Snake in fourth, and finally, Space Doge in fifth. Later in July, on the 4th, Vatru, a new runner, gets a 1 minute, 11 second, and 433 millisecond time, exactly tying with I'm Schnippy's time, putting him tied with I'm Schnippy and in first. With this time, Play cements himself into first place, as well as getting a sub 1 minute and 10 second time. This run will go unbeaten until now, where it's still unbeaten. Near the end of the month, Space Doge gets a 1 minute, 12 second, and 517 millisecond time. This puts him in 4th place. And finally, our last run completed this year, the only run in Classic 50 that has been in the top 5 this year, is Hoover Hoover's 1 minute, 10 second, and 740 millisecond time. This puts him as 2nd place and is the final run of this video. Hey, Shoopadoop here, and it's the end of the video, so I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, leaving a like or subbing would be much appreciated. And yeah, the next video I hope to be doing is Wall 25, so you should see that in roughly 2 to 3 weeks, because I'm going on a trip for a week. So you won't see much content from me next week, so bye.